So to kick us off tonight, my name is Juan Andres Lara. My friends call me Andy. Before we get going with the program, I'd like to give our national president, Palomares, a few moments to come up and address you guys. So please help me in welcoming President Roman.
So buenas noches, good evening. Everybody having a good time? Boy, esa música, mira, just pumps you up and gets you going. I just wanted to come by and say hi. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. And like they said this morning, network. You know, somebody mentioned something about making sure that when you leave tomorrow, you've at least touched bases with at least 50 to 100 people. Get their numbers, email, network, that's what it's all about. But one of the things that I wanted to do tonight was recognize two individuals that have done an excellent job. One young lady I've known for a couple of years, and in fact, about a year or a year and a half ago, I encouraged her. She was in Texas doing a great job, and I said, you ought to consider running for national, and she did. And that's Elida Martinez. And then we also have the youth component that we have across the country. And we're trying to grow the youth component from high schools. We're looking for more sponsors. We're asking for council, adult councils to consider growing the youth component of LULAC. And what we're saying is, look, if you're in a state and you have a LULAC council or 3 or 4 or whatever, look at the high schools that are there. Look at the population. Get out there, work with them, and see if you can form a LULAC youth councils like we've done, and we're doing it in Texas, California, Arizona, and we can do the same across the United States, so consider that. So there's two individuals that I want to recognize. The first one that I want to recognize with the LULAC Presidential Medal that the President is allowed to bestow on individuals that have done a great job in LULAC. And the first one that I want to recognize is to Elida Martinez. Elida, come on up. So we're going to miss this young lady. I just found out yesterday or day before that she's not running anymore. So Elida, thank you for everything that you've done. And I would like to present the LULAC Presidential Medal. I've only given about 2 or 3 this year, but she's done an outstanding job. We hate to see her go, but I have met the gentleman who's going to be taking your place. He's from Texas. We've been able to work together. So Elida, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You want to say anything?
No, I'll say it later. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next individual that I have a presidential medal here for is Anna Coca. Where are you, Anna? Come on up. So Anna has a tough job. She works with youth councils across the country. She works with their supervisors, their sponsors, and it's not an easy job. 25 years ago, my wife and I used to do this stuff, and it's tough to keep them going. But she does an excellent job in working with them, and we will continue to grow the program. So Anna, thank you for all that you're doing. And on behalf of the national president here, I'm very honored to present the LULAC National Presidential Medal.
Gracias. Thank you very much. To Palomares. Thank you.
So continue having a good time tonight. Get out there, do a little dancing, some exercise, enjoy yourself. And don't forget, tomorrow we start the program. We've got a great lineup, and you will see that in your program. So continue having fun. We will see you mañana. Thank you very much.
That is amazing. Thank you so much again, President Roman. So again, my name is Juan Andres Lara, but my friends call me Andy. And I am deeply honored to stand before such an inspiring change makers who have traveled from across the country to be here today. So, gracias por estar aquí. I am even more privileged to kick off the LULAC Youth and Young Adult Awards reception, rooted in legacy and rising together. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to share my story. Growing up in Southeast Dallas, I was surrounded by people who looked like me, talked like me, and often shared a similar story to me. But unlike many of you young leaders here today, I wasn't nearly this involved around your age. In fact, it wasn't until I left Dallas to attend Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas, that I truly began to understand what it meant to be a leader, a Latino leader at that. You see, the night of the 2016 election is forever etched in my memory. When the results were announced that evening, I felt my campus erupt in celebration. Fireworks, noisemakers, chanting in the halls. Students banged on our dorm rooms, shouting for me and my roommate to go back to where we came from simply because our names sounded Latino. And that was the first time I truly felt the color of my skin. That next summer, I told this story to LULAC Youth Group in Dallas, and with the encouragement of Rey de los Santos, I see him in the crowd here today. Yes. Thank you. I joined LULAC in 2017. Returning to my campus, friends and I formed the Piney Woods LULAC Council 22351. Thank you. Where I served as founding president. Together, we worked super hard, made our mark, and in our first year, we're named both Texas and National Council of the Year. Thank you. And we repeated that honor the following year. The Piney Woods Council has since produced Young Men and Women of the Year recipients and earned the National Membership Award in 2023. That was our root, our legacy. It's the foundation that shaped me into the leader I am today. In 2022, I graduated and moved to the Pacific Northwest to begin my career in aquatic ecology. And today, I have the privilege of serving as president of the Southwest Washington LULAC Council 47013 and as deputy state director of Washington. Thank you. Over the past year, our council has organized more than 60 events and clinics to serve and protect our Latino and undocumented neighbors. We've partnered with school districts to protect our youth, and we built strong bonds with our neighboring councils, our local NAACP, and our other allies who strengthen our collective impact. We are here, side by side, activists of all ages, building the future together. This year, I'm proud to bring with us 5 incredible high school students from Vancouver who are making their schools better every single day. And I'm honored to be a part of the largest delegation Washington has ever sent to this conference. Yeah. To the youth and the young adults in the room, people here will tell you that you are the future. And while that is true, you are very much the now. LULAC's legacy is carried forward by your voice, your courage, and your actions today. The changes you fight for will shape your own tomorrow and the tomorrow of those who follow after you. So before I close, I want to share a quote from my favorite superhero, Spider-Man. It's a philosophy that I personally live by and I try to instill in our council. If there are good things to be done for others, it is our moral obligation to do those good things, not simply because we have the choice, but because it is our responsibility. And with great power comes a greater responsibility. So, if you are ever feeling disheartened, as though you are somehow not enough, remember this. I believe in you. We all believe in you. So hold your heads high, uplift one another to create the change that we are all fighting for. And so as we reflect on what it means to be rooted in legacy, rising together, this reception symbolizes unity across generations, not just in name, but in action. And tonight we honor young people who are not waiting for their turn. They are shaping the future of LULAC and our communities today. So I'd like to introduce now our next speaker for the evening. If you missed them earlier today, you're in luck. Please welcome a true activist, a lawyer working to uplift our community through social media and community organizing. A previous alum, like myself, of the Emerge LULAC conference in Washington, D.C., Please help me welcome Carlos Eduardo Espina.
Unfortunately, I'm not as tall as you, so I think I have to lower this a little bit. Let's see. No, I think this is fine. How are y'all doing? Being here for me is such a huge honor because, as you just mentioned, much of what I do today is rooted in the work that I was exposed to thanks to LULAC. When I was a senior in high school, I remember the only thing I cared about was being a professional soccer player. Obviously, that didn't work out. But that last year of high school, I was starting to get involved in politics. It was 2015, 2016, when Donald Trump ran for the first time. And, I started caring about the issues around me, but I didn't have that formation, that understanding, that guidance of, like, where do I want to go with this? I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to do something positive. And it wasn't until someone older in my community told me, hey, LULAC has this program. They take high schoolers who are in their last year of high school to Washington, D.C. You should go. I was like, well, that'd be cool. I've never gone to Washington, D.C. And so I remember going. It was in October of 2016. We all remember what happened in November. So it was a very particular time. And I remember going to Washington, D.C. I had grown up in College Station, Texas, and just seeing those big buildings, the White House and the Capitol building. And I was like, I belong here. I think I can do something here. And at that moment in time, I didn't know what that looked like, what I had to do to get there, but I knew that I wanted to be there. And over time, I started to learn that everything you're doing right now is helping you build a future that you don't know exists yet, but it's there for you. So fast forward, I go through college, graduate college, and I'm really excited to work at a nonprofit organization. I'm going to help a lot of people. And then the pandemic comes. I graduated in May of 2020. And so at that point, I thought, oh, my life is over. We can't get together. We can't do all these things. And then I got the idea, what if I start doing stuff on social media? So I started posting videos about citizenship classes. And overnight, I started blowing up. Within a year, I had 1 million followers, and 2 million, and 3 million, to the point that now I have 13 million followers on TikTok, and I'm able, thank you. And I'm able to go back. Last year, I was in the White House, but not from the outside like I was when I went with LULAC. I was in the inside, and I made a video with the President of the United States. And I was in that room, and I was thinking, I was like, wow, I remember when I was in high school, I saw this building from the outside, and I said, I want to be in there one day. I don't know how I'm going to get in there, but I'm going to get in there one way or another. And the work that I did just naturally, through college, through high school, through after graduation, it was all helping me and guiding me towards this future that I didn't know existed for me, but it was already planned out for me. All that to say, enjoy these moments, because you're going to look back in 5 years, 10 years, and many of you are going to achieve things that you don't even imagine. Maybe right now you want to be one thing, and life will take you another direction. But that doesn't really matter, because as long as you know what you want to do, you know what you stand for, you know what your values are, it's going to work out. Don't worry about it. I know a lot of you, I'm 26 years old. I'm not that much older than many of you. You're stressed out about what am I going to do in college? What am I going to do after college? But it's not worth worrying about it so much, because if you know what you stand for, you know what your values are, everything's going to work out. And one day you're going to end up the places you need to be, whether that's where you want to be or whether that's where life takes you, but it's all going to work out. And just being here, with y'all is such a huge honor for me, because it's like a full circle moment. Before, I was sitting there, and now I'm speaking up here. And just as I can do it, many of you can do it. So really enjoy these moments, enjoy the process, but always have faith and always have optimism, because things are going to work out. And it starts here, like you said, networking with people, meeting people, making those connections. And you never know who else in the room one day is going to be that person who gives you a hand, who gives you the opportunity to take that next step in your life. So really soak it all in, have a great night, and thank you, everyone. Oh, and now talking about mentors, hey, that leads into it. So when I was in high school playing soccer, I met this guy at Texas A&M University who came up to me when we were playing soccer. He's like, hey, you got a charger? My phone is dying. So I gave him a charger. We started talking, and it turns out he's an unaccompanied minor who came from Honduras when he was in high school, did community college in the United States, learned English, then got his master's, then was getting his PhD when I met him. I was like, hey, this guy's pretty cool, and I would have never met him had he not asked me for his charger. And now he's been one of my mentors for over 10 years now, since way before the stuff I was doing on social media. His name is Dr. Jose Luis Zelaya, and he can tell you a little bit about his story. But come up here. And now you're going to hear from the man himself. So thank you very much and have a good night. Ahí estamos.
Muy buenas noches. Qué bonito estar acá con ustedes y poder experimentar algo que verdaderamente es hermoso porque va más allá de simplemente el momento, va más allá de simplemente la experiencia. Es algo que nos identifica, es algo que nos honra, pero también honra más allá de los que no están acá. Y qué bonito saber y entender that as we celebrate today and as we're thinking about achievements and as we're thinking about the future and as we're hoping with optimism and as we're thinking about dónde la vida nos va a llevar, lo lindo de esto es saber de que todo esto es el resultado del arduo trabajo de nuestra comunidad. Es el resultado de los sueños, de los sacrificios no que ustedes han escuchado, pero de los sacrificios del silencio que se estacan en un eco donde nuestras familias no pueden expresar lo que han vivido, huyendo de guerras, de desastres naturales, de violencia la cual no podemos entenderla porque es una violencia sin control, de una pobreza la cual es redefinida por medio de conceptos de pobreza extrema o pobreza absoluta, la cual nunca entenderemos. Pero esos sacrificios no han sido en vano. Esos sacrificios son los que crean esta oportunidad. Así que a todas y todos los que hoy serán galardonados, los que recibirán estos lindos triunfos, know that this represents our families. Knows that this represents the sacrifices that you have made. And as we continue to seek whatever success looks like in life, continue to do what you know works, to cultivate esta herencia. Esta herencia, like what we are experiencing, is our family's legacy. It's our family's legacy. This is their legacy. So let's do something, okay? Let's try to do something. So why don't we take maybe 15, 20, 30 seconds, and maybe you take a video around or you take a picture of yourself and share it with someone, maybe in your family, maybe a mentor, maybe somebody that has helped you make it here. And let's just tell them thank you. So let's just take 15, 20 seconds, okay? I mean it. Try it. Send this moment to your family. Y dígale, gracias por tus sacrificios. Gracias porque esto es el resultado de tu legacía. Les felicito, les honramos y les digo que como un hondureño, I understand la herencia de la que mi madre un día me dijo. My mother used to tell me that education was the greatest inheritance that she could give me. Porque como una señora que se crece en un país tan hermoso como Honduras, I also have been able to experience how her legacy has now turned into my responsibility. I completely agree. No solamente somos el futuro, pero también somos el pasado. Y el presente es nuestra responsabilidad. Muchísimas gracias. Que Dios les bendiga. And let's enjoy tonight. Gracias.
Gracias, doctor Zelaya, y gracias, Mr. Espina. Un gran aplauso, por favor. It's an honor to have you both here at this convention. My name is Coca, and I am proud to serve as your National Vice President for Youth. Es un gran honor trabajar con los estudiantes de high school. Yo entré a LULAC cuando tenía 8 años. I was 8 years old. Entré a LULAC cuando tenía 8 años y recuerdo porque mi mamá nos trajo y por el río. Pasamos a este lado y recuerdo a mi hermano Carlos y yo temblando de miedo de este lado cuando pasamos el río. Con el tiempo le decía a mi hermano, no tengas miedo, y me acordaba de crucé el río Grande nadando sin importarme 2 reales. Me echó la migra pa' afuera y fui a caer a Nogales. Entré por otra frontera y que me avientan pa' Juárez. You know the rest of the song, ¿verdad? Gracias. Con los años, as the years went by, my mother started going to LULAC meetings in 1978 and 79. Íbamos a las juntas de LULAC. I was 8 years old, and we would sit with the attorneys in Houston. Y los abogados de LULAC decían, papás, mamás, traigan a sus niños. And I remember my mom said, oye, pero hacen mucho ruido, están muy inquietos para llevarlos a la corte. And the LULAC attorney said, no, traigan los niños in front of the judge para que el juez sepa that undocumented kids need to go to public schools. So I was part of the Doe versus Plyler court case that went all the way to the Supreme Court, 1982. So I've been a LULACer since 8 years old. It is an honor for me to be here and give the awards to these wonderful high school students. In Texas, our Texas board did adopt a rubric or a scorecard. So New York, Boston, Wisconsin, if you want us to email you the rubric that we use for scoring purposes, we're happy to send it to you. And we are able to grade and score your community service, everything that your high schools are doing, and the collegiates as well. So, the moment you've been waiting for, los ganadores for high school. I'm going to ask Mr. Giovanni to come forward and help me give the awards. Mr. Giovanni is our past treasurer for youth. Un aplauso para Mr. Giovanni. They're the outgoing board. So the new board will be voted on tomorrow. So high school students, join us and run for the new board. We're going to start, and you're going to come in on stage, and Mr. Giovanni will help us pass it out. We're going to start with the sweetheart. So we're going to start with the sweetheart. In high schools, we have the sweetheart. So this year, the winner is from Boston, Massachusetts. Our sweetheart from Boston, Massachusetts. Come forward and stay on stage for awards. Mr. LULAC, Xavier Rodriguez. Stay on stage for the photos. Mr. Xavier, Mr. LULAC. For the youth, high school, national woman, Maria Estrada. Mr. High School Youth National, Benjamin Pioquinto. Benjamin, come forward. The membership award. So we have basically, if your council recruits more members each year, even Elida does this for the collegiates, percentage-wise. If you recruit more and more members, that's how you qualify for the membership award. And this school has over 140 members. The membership award goes to Irma Rangel. Irma Rangel, if you're here, just come forward. Irma Rangel High School, come forward. Irma Rangel High School, congratulations. The High School Advisor of the Year. Any advisors here? I have you on my group me. You're getting some chat groups me from, ¿verdad? Les estoy mandando mensajes. Advisors, I'm giving you access to my Google Drive. All the resources that you need for fundraising. Advisors, you want to start a new high school council? We have a PowerPoint that was done by Mr. Renato de los Santos, how to create more high school councils. So all the advisors here, make sure you get with me today. You have access to my drive to give you more resources. How do we do fundraising to bring a lot of high school kids to Texas? Because we're hosting LULAC next year in Fort Worth. So the advisor of the year, she meets with the kids, she goes to other meetings. The advisor of the year high school is Miss Mary Cavazos. The scrapbook of the year, and the council of the year. Drum roll, everybody, drum roll. the Counselor of the Year, Irma Rangel High School. Irma Rangel, you're here. Un aplauso para todos los ganadores. A quick photo. And now it is my pleasure to give the microphone for the Collegiate Awards.
Can we give them another round of applause? Look at these wonderful youth. Thank you all for being here this evening. For those who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Elida Martinez, and I have the very distinct honor to have served as the National Vice President for Young Adults for LULAC this past year. I will keep my remarks very short because I know we're all trying to party the night away. But I did want to say that the awards that are about to be presented reflect just a glimpse, a small glimpse of passion, resilience, and brilliance that exist across the country with young adult councils. And these recognitions are not just about achievements. They're about impact, commitment, and growth. So, are y'all ready to meet the recipients for the Young Adult Awards? I don't know. Y'all aren't convincing me. Are y'all ready to meet the recipients for the Young Awards? Okay. All right. That's where I like it. Let's get it started. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the Young Woman of the Year Award. This prestigious award honors a young woman who exemplifies leadership, commitment, and dedication to the league. She has contributed meaningful work to our council and community, held leadership roles, and participated in key events, programs, and demonstrated exceptional growth through service and action. The awardee has been described as visionary, humble, passionate, and deeply committed to her community. Her leadership, integrity, and heart truly embody what it means to be the National LULAC Woman of the Year. It is my honor to present the 2025 Young Woman of the Year Award to Alyssa Mireles, California LULAC's Deputy Director for LULAC Council 3147. And as we're welcoming Alyssa, I'll go ahead and move on to our next award as well, which is Young Man of the Year. And this award is given to an outstanding young man whose leadership, involvement, and service reflects LULAC's values. He has held leadership roles, contributed to community initiatives, and demonstrated growth personally and professionally. The awardee has been described as dedicated, inspirational, creative, and deeply passionate, a true scholar and servant leader in his community. His commitment to the leadership is evident through his involvement in several organizations at his local university. He has already achieved so much, and we're excited to see what he's going to witness next. I am proud to present the 2025 Young Man of the Year Award to Alejandro Tames from the University of Texas at Arlington, Council number 2257. Next up, we have our Council of the Year Award. This award honors the young adult council that has demonstrated outstanding leadership and engagement, whether by hosting impactful events, attending state and national conventions, or serving their community through service and advocacy. The awarded council has been described as innovative, service-driven, and deeply committed to empowering others. Through initiatives like Conexiones Mentorship Program, a college readiness initiative that serves over 350 high school students, and hosting the inaugural Texas LULAC Young Adult Leadership Conference, this council has demonstrated outstanding leadership, outreach, and impact, making them a model for what a young adult council can achieve. The 2025 Young Adult Council of the Year Award goes to LULAC Council 22425, Texas A&M University. All of y'all can come up here. Yeah, bring the whole council up. Yep. Our next award is the Membership of the Year Award, and it celebrates a council that has shown the most significant growth in membership over the past year. And it's not just about numbers. It's about engagement, retention, and creating a space where young adults feel welcomed. In just their third year as a student organization, this Young Adult Council has experienced transformative growth, expanding from 39 members to 65, which is almost a 70% increase in active membership. The growth reflects a year of strategic recruitment, consistent engagement, and a deepened commitment to cultivating inclusive leadership. The 2025 Membership Year Award goes to LULAC Council 22425, Texas A&M University. Now, for our final award of the night, and this is by far my favorite and the most exciting one because it's a new award. It's called the Rising Star Award. And this is a special award that recognizes a young leader, someone who has shown incredible promise and impact in a short amount of time. This individual leads with heart, initiative, authenticity, and is a shining example of where LULAC needs to head. The awardee has been involved in LULAC since 2019 and has led her council to becoming the first to host the inaugural District Collegiate Conference in North Texas. Most recently, she made history by becoming the youngest chief of staff in the history of Texas LULAC. And now she's on her way to pursue her master's degree from Benedictine University. This year's Rising Star recipient is Natalia Patrizo from LULAC Council 272. So, as we close out tonight's reception, I just want to say, keep on rising, keep on building, and keep on leading. Because our roots may be deep, but our dreams are even deeper. Thank you all so much for such a successful year. It has been the honor of a lifetime serving in this position, and I'm excited to see where LULAC heads in the next 100 years. Thank you all again to all of our recipients, young adults and youth. You guys are the now. And let's keep enjoying the night. We'll have the DJ play some music, and we're here till they kick us out. Thank you all.